Ah, yep, yep, yes, sir. All righty. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, whatever time it is that you are watching. Just want to say what up from me and all of the blurred cast, wherever you are in the world. Obviously, for those of y'all tuned in this week, yes, it is a momentous week for Aurora Monroe as she did pull on up, did what she had to do. You already know what I'm talking about too. But you know what? We may not even go there yet. We may not even go there yet because, in all honesty, before we get into the goings on and all that other stuff, I just want to real quick big up what's actually going to happen today, which is something more momentous than what's going on with our beloved queen of the X-Men, who we know had her momentous return to the mutant world with her Forge relationship. Even though, yeah, I remember when she slapped the hell out of old boy, it was hilarious. I don't know, that's just me. But today, before we get into the geekness that happened this week, I must discuss with y'all the goings on for the morning and some announcements. Of course, as you all know, coming soon, we've got Carl Jones, the one and only creator of the Boondocks and part creator of Good Times, coming on the show to discuss, as well as Yvette Nicole Brown, who will be joining us in just a few more weeks. We will do a later session for a live sesh that day. And also, we got Black Gay Comic Geek pulling on up on the show next week. So make sure you all tune on in to all of that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's here. But today I just wanted to really quick shout out my home girl, Yaz. Yaz. You see, well, actually today, guys, today is a very special day. Not only is today 420, yes it is, and we're going to do it the way it is. May already have started, if you can't tell. I'll let you be the discerminator on that one. But today is the day where my homegirl Yazzie actually gets married, man. And so I wanted to do a real quick tribute on the homie Yaz and just kind of show y'all how far we've come with Yaz. Because Yaz, this is like legit my homegirl right here. All right. So I'm your boy, the real Vince Taylor. Today we're going to show you guys some of our classic footage from when we first started, and it was me, Yaz, Tyrone, Bad Ty. And yeah, we even had a special guest by the name of Zooman. Zooman, who some of y'all may know, was a stand-up comic. You may have seen him on Def Jam, BT Comic View, and all of that. But actually, he was on this particular appearance, was coming on the show because he was recently in the movie Meet the Blacks 2 with Mike Epps. And so we picked his brain on that. But it turns out Zooman is a huge nerd and was able to contribute to our conversation in this one where we actually talked about Falcon and Winter Soldier and a couple other things. But this is more about Yaz, man. Yaz, I've known from we know each other professionally and all of that. And she's like a little sister to me. And it's just so nice to see her come of age and just to kind of blossom with her husband, future husband, Austin, who they will be getting married today. And so I can't sit around. I got to go shower up, get ready, put some breath mints in, head on down to the ranch and sit there with Yaz, man. I just want to tell y'all, Yaz is one of the most delightful, one of the coolest. And despite the fact that she's coming from the model world, where she was doing a lot of modeling and doing all of that, she was cool enough to join us on our silly little broadcast where we sit here and talk about nerd stuff. She brought her whole fam into it. Her mom was pulling up. Her boyfriend was pulling up. She and her cousins and all them was pulling up. She even came through when we did the live show, when we had our Star Wars show a few years back. And even when we did our live show on Afro TV, where we were interviewed by James Young and the Lowdown broadcast. She came out and actually did MegaCon with me a couple times. She did this table. She makes the shirt. She does the merch. And that's just my homie, you know? So I just want to big up Yaz today and say I'm so happy that you're able to marry your best friend, your love. And I hope you truly enjoy this wedding today. This is an interesting wedding, to say the least. I won't tell all your business, but to have it on a day like 420, Let's just say I don't know what to expect, but I'm here for it. So I figured let's just go ahead and have us a good old time and see what it was like back in the day when we used to broadcast. Because it ain't always been exactly the way it is right now. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's look at what our prior broadcast was looking like and check out what we were doing beforehand. I want y'all to go ahead and give us a shot, man. On behalf of me and everybody on New Blurred Order, appreciate y'all tuning in. And this is, my friend, the New Blurred Order. Let's do it.
I love the New Blurred Order. You should too.
Let me get all this 10P Wayne. All the niggas rapping about the same old thing. I've been coming through with the same old gang. Ain't shit changed except nine got a name. Got it out the mud but we got no stains. Cold ass lizard with a gold ass chain. The girl call me daddy, not my government name. Money on my mind, got them bands on my brain. Let me tell y'all about a nigga I know. The nigga stay clean, so he always got hoes.
I don't know if you ever heard of him. You ever heard of DMX? Yes.
Of course I've heard of DMX. Stop what you're playing. I'm not that young.
All right. My bad. All right, don't shoot the messenger, man. It's a beautiful morning. What's going on, everybody? I'm the boy, the real Vince Taylor. We are joined, of course, by the one and only Bad Time Bricks. What's happening? It's the Brick City Bully. What's good? Fresh off mute. It's my bad. Say it again, man. Your good hair got in the way of your audio.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. What's going on, everybody?
My God, this dude look like a Head and Shoulders commercial, man. What's up to you and Troy Polamalu, and whatever it is that y'all do? What's going on, Yazzie? How you doing?
Hey, guys. How are we doing this morning?
We doing all right, man. And, of course, we got the optimist, Mr. Tyrone joins us down here as well. What's popping? Yo, it is a good hair off this morning, everybody. Yeah. We are joined by Tyrone and Tylene, members of the band Pimp Named Slickback. And yeah, man, we got some special guests as well. But what's up, Ty? What's up, Tyrone? My bad, I didn't give you an intro. What's going on?
Oh, hanging out, man. Just hair care routines, juices and berries, that kind of thing. Just trying to get it right.
All right, cool, man. Well, thank you for being here. We're gonna go ahead and get into what it is we got to talk about. And of course, it's everything nerdy, everything blurry. Let's go ahead and talk blurry first thing in the morning. This is the New Blurred Order. Let's get it. Well, first of all, before we even get started, we are obligated to pay homage to the late, great DMX, the first X-Man, not even ever attending this gifted school by Xavier. My man DMX is gone, and we know we miss him already because X, with flesh of my flesh and blood of my blood, actually was co-adopted by Marvel itself as well. Tylene, I know you got a lot to say about DMX passing, bro. What's going on, man? Tell us how you feel, bro. I know you probably cried like I did, man. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, man, this is tough for the culture, man. This is one of the legends. We lost a legend. It's unfortunate. You just wish that there was some way that somebody could have intervened, even though I understand that people have their vices and everything. But I want those who don't know about DMX to understand something. At one point in time, there was Biggie, there was Pac, and then there was X. Not Jay-Z. Jay-Z was coming, but X came out of nowhere, like 50 when he came with Get Rich or Die Trying. X came out of nowhere without Get At Me, dog. Yeah. Get at me, dog, and blew up, man, and had a run. I want to say, what do you think, Vince? About 4 years, I would say he had a run.
It's probably about a 4-year run. I mean, that was a strong 4-year run. I mean, he was longer than that, right? But yeah, his reign, like when there wasn't nothing you couldn't cut on the radio without it. Yes, I said radio. I mean, like the radio you listen to in the car. Not like the one that you got to, log into your Wi-Fi on. Yeah, it was a while where there was nothing you could do without hearing DMX anywhere in the club. And the funny thing about it, Tyrone, is that DMX came out when the South was just starting to emerge, you know what I'm saying, as a hip hop like style, and he was able to transcend. Like you could hear DMX in a box Chevy down south, you know what I'm saying, with spokes on it, doing donuts, and you'll hear, y'all niggas want to be killers, get at me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyrone, I don't know if he fuck with DMX like that, bro, but what's popping, man? You know about DMX? I mean, I know you probably, you know, amidst you listening to Tchaikovsky and Stockton, you know what I'm saying, and John Williams, is it any remembrance or anything you want to say about the man DMX?
Yeah, my little dorky ass, you know, in high school and stuff, you know, I'm Mr. Goody Goody, you know, hanging out, doing all the right stuff or whatever. But when DMX came out, like I was ready to just buy a motorcycle and get a leather jacket and put that R on it, and I was ready for a life of crime, man. Like I was like, let's do this. DMX, he was nationwide, iconic, and when his reign kind of ended, everybody was hungry for more. Everybody was like, when's the new DMX album coming out? You know what I mean? Like everybody wanted that return. I saw a video last week, and it was a video from February of this year, and DMX was like, if I drop dead right now, my last thought is I had a good life. I hope that's true for that man. I really do. And that gave me a little bit of solace in that moment. That's
a good point. That's good. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. DMX, he had to grow on me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't really into the lyrics. I was heavy lyrics. Like this was when I first started to bridge into Wu-Tang, Method Man, ODB. And I was like, man, DMX ain't really saying nothing. But then if you listen to his whole CD and he goes into Damien and you know what I'm saying? And like he had some depth, he had some demons, he had some spirit. And the dude, and he was off that. I mean, yes, in your younger youth self, I know sometime when you were between Yo Gabba Gabba and Powerpuff Girl, you might have heard DMX playing on your mom's cassette tape deck in the background when she was riding you to get your Flintstone vitamins. Do you have anything to say about the homie DMX who has unfortunately left us, the first X-Man?
Well, first off, I just want to clarify, my mom does not listen to rap music. She listens to Spanish music and like R&B and stuff like that. Like, she does not listen to rap music. So let's clarify that right now, real quick. Okay. Second, yes, I loved DMX. I loved everything about DMX when I was a kid. Like he was just like, he was a thug. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you like would think of, he was like that. You know what I'm saying? He was just rugged. You know, he was just like all or nothing. And I love that about like his spirit and everything. And like, yeah, I miss, no lie. Like the other day, actually I heard his song the other day on the radio, before, like when he first, like got sick and everything, and I was just like, damn, that brings back so many memories. Like I was so young. Like it just made me smile, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, DMX, he's definitely a legend, man. He's the GOAT, and it's a sad way to see him go out, but I'm like Tyrone said, if that was his last eulogy, like if he died today, he had a good life, then I'm happy that, at least he got to live his authentic self, and he was happy with, his legacy and what he laid down. So I'm just saying, the man had 14 fucking kids. Let's just be serious. Like,
how many?
14.
17.
Obviously, he had some.
I thought it was 17.
Oh my God, 17?
I thought he had 17 kids.
We're gonna have to really fact check this.
Oh my God, no wonder he stayed.
That's the only part. Like for me, like that would be like the only part that I would love to have had a conversation with him, for the simple fact of, I understand that we all have our vices. I understand that we all have our desires. But when you got 17 kids, it's not just about you. You gotta kind of be around for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he does have 17 kids right now, it's 17 hearts like broken right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have their father no more. You know what I'm saying? I saw a video earlier, I think maybe earlier today or yesterday, where he was on a ride with his little girl, on like a
little slingshot ride.
Yeah.
And bro, as a father, bro, I shed a tear just because I understand as a father with his little girl and and sons too, but more so with your daughters. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I understood at that moment when he was grabbing her hand and he was like, yo, daddy's here. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about nothing. Daddy's here. He ain't go. I'm not gonna go nowhere. Daddy's here. And that little girl at that moment, that's the security that a father is able to give to their little girl, because she, even though she was crying, she kind of, you know, dumbed it down a little bit. Like, just because daddy's here. Now daddy's not here. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that, you know, it hurts. I hurt for him.
Yeah. I definitely can feel that, man. And it is sad. One of the sad parts about it as well is that it was unfortunately predictable, because he was going through so much turmoil with his inner demons. And one of the things that he revealed, Ty Liam, like you were saying, like he was talking about his addictions, is that it got worse when he got richer, right? Because before you used to have to like hustle to get your slab. Now when it's accessible, because he got so much money and he can get a slab, he can get a rock anytime delivered to him. Fans probably handing it to him. It just went completely crazy. I want to go ahead and bring in Patrice. Oh, thank you for joining us again, Patrice. Patrice, for those of y'all don't know, has her own podcast on Thursday nights. We will be promoting that as well. Thank you. Welcome to the New Blurred Order again, Patrice. How you been?
I'm tired. Y'all didn't tell me all the work that goes into this. I don't know how y'all do this all the time. Y'all do this on multiple nights, because Ty be out there, and then you and we working.
Stop it.
What? How y'all don't tired?
You got the show at 5 in the morning. You talking about us?
Yeah, man. She got to do it before the kids. She got to do that and then work with kids that are probably late to their Zoom class.
They're always they're turning on and roll over. They don't even show up half time.
Well, were you an X fan at all?
Yeah, I like DMX a lot. It hurt my heart that everything happened the way it did. It just was so. I mean, it wasn't sudden, but it was like we had hope. You know, we're all praying that things would get better. I was tuning into Ty and Ty's segment about everything that was happening with him and the way that the war on drugs works and stuff. And it was just like, man, y'all were spending some gems about the realities of that for people in the community, for people of color, and especially for people of his notoriety. So
thank you for watching.
Yeah, it was cool. But I definitely, you know, and then all yesterday was even worse. I was already sad. And every time I got in the car, what was on the radio? DMX song, which is great, but it was like, we haven't even gotten to really feel it yet. So man, don't miss his presence for sure.
Well, definitely, man. I mean, one of the things that made DMX different is that he, I think, was trying to somehow convey a positive message through thug rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yo, where my dogs at? What must I go do to show you niggas real? And I don't really never gave a fuck how niggas feel. I'll kill that nigga. But let me pray for this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, I see him talking to us about the orchids, and all they need is time and attention. They need to see this. And it's just like, man, there's so many more parts to him than just like the hardcore rapper. And it's unfortunate.
That's so true. And that's something that we need to also take into account, is the fact that everybody ain't only their presentation, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they have multiple levels, especially folks that are in the entertainment industry, which, speaking of the entertainment industry, I want to go ahead and introduce y'all to my homeboy who's going to join. You see what I did there, Tyrone?
I was like, how is Vince going to segue from this?
Nice segue,
King. I want to introduce y'all to my homeboy. Now, this is like my dog right here, man. OG, but new to you. Still out here doing his thing. Was really caught my eye from when I used to watch some of the classics, and he had some classic jokes. So I want y'all to meet my man Zooman, and this is what he do.
And protect yourself when you're doing that too. Protect yourself. You can fuck around and die from that bullshit. It ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Many people over history have died, man. Hitler. You know what I'm saying? They said he had some shit, got caught some shit. They told me Shakespeare got burnt. That fucked me up, because I ain't never seen that play. Shakespeare getting burnt. It's all dramatic. You know what it is. Accursed demons! Am I forever cursed to spit fire from my loins as a dragon does? What manner of witchery is this? Had I only known, God, had I only known. Had I only known that she was not a princess, but a mere hood rat. Section 8 written all over her. Oh, Lord, had I only known the fire held up, burn within her legs and burn my penis to a crisp. Oh, Lord, why hast thou forsaken me so? What I would not do to get my hands on that bitch. Doth you not know of such, sir? Have you not been burned? Oh, indeed, let it be known. Stand up and tell the world of your pain, for alas, poor Yorick, she hath burnt you too. Say it with me, to pee or not to pee. Zooman, Atlanta, and once again, the
Come on, bruh. My man
Yes.
Zooman ain't no joke. And y'all gonna learn today that my dog brings the fire. And I was happily pleased when I found out that my man is on some blurred shit too. So without further ado, I want y'all to meet my dog Zooman. What's poppin', OG? What's good, Mike?
Yes.
My little Acer laptop acting foolish.
Oh,
Oh, damn it.
why you give him your tech issues, Vince?
Hey, hold on.
Ain't no snapping, so why you had to transfer your
I
tech
can't hear
issues
that.
there?
He said he can't hear us.
I can't hear y'all.
Zooman, leave and come back.
Man. Call
My
us,
little Acer
man.
computer
Oh,
is
No, leave and
got a
come
hookup
back.
to the
It
car
works.
battery.
It's probably gonna crash if he
Oh,
can't hear
no.
us.
Okay, I tell you what, Zoo.
Sometimes, and then
Listen,
it'll
we're gonna
crash.
try
Do
to
sign language. Can you do sign language? I can't hear y'all, but I read
All right.
for you.
All right. We're gonna text message. We're gonna put the
That's
subtitles
terrible,
up.
Hey,
Terrible sign language.
No.
I learned watching Godzilla versus King Kong. Hold on, I could do this.
dopest intro on the planet. That was the greatest alley oop. Chris Paul,
Yes.
no look, Magic Johnson. Woo! I'm in the corner like this.
All right, so just to be clear, man,
Yeah,
Zooman, our
come back.
special guest for the day, man.
It's interesting though to try and really figure out what's going on without hearing y'all.
No.
I don't know if
Yeah.
people just try it like that. I'm Gucci like that. I ain't gonna do that though. The party people can't do it like that. The party people
Oh,
can't do
man.
it like that. I'm gonna dip out. I'm gonna come right back.
Okay, get on that. All right, handy bit. Well, look, Zooman, we ain't going nowhere. Yo, he's making a lot of sounds, and I don't know if you hear about. Zooman is having some tech difficulties, which fortunately is no stranger to the show. Tech difficulties. So we're gonna get Zooman back on here in a little bit. But in the meantime, we were just talking about our homeboy unfortunately passing away. I say like he's our dog, like he's our boy. But DMX, man, I mean, we grew up with this dude, and he unfortunately passed away. And you know, passing away seems to be happening. Prince Philip passed away. There's a couple other folks
Bye,
passed
Felicia.
away.
He was
Huh?
almost
He was
100.
ancient though. He was
He was almost
99.
100.
I mean, it was
He was
expired.
expired.
You know what I'm saying?
Expired milk over there.
It was that.
They was expecting him to pass 10 years ago.
That
It
was
like,
he was casket ready though. He
Yeah,
was really
that dude-
casket ready. That was
Yeah.
no.
That
Yeah,
dude
he
was
was
a
on his last-
he was a living monument. Like he was like, you know how everybody's always talking about taking down Confederate statues. Like he was a statue of like of colonialism. Like he just took himself down. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. That all happened, man.
That was savage as fuck.
I
Thought you
still
were good
understand
guy.
that.
My mom is actually British, so and there's not a lot of love for the royal family.
Yo, hold up. Did you just break news? Like,
Right.
your
Breaking
mom is
news,
British?
yeah.
Does she have
Yeah.
an accent?
I'm half colonizer. Yeah.
Well, the colonizer, we knew that, right? But we didn't know that she was a British colonizer. Like, we
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know.
she's OG
You know,
colonizer.
her
Yeah.
origin story.
Yep.
And once you identify with
Like
that
that is
Zooman
even
did.
more.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was
not
killing
only-
it, by the way.
Not only did X and Prince Philip pass, but it looks like we may have lost one, Mr. Hoskins, unfortunately, guys. I don't know if y'all. I mean, by the way, spoiler alert, we do talk
By
about
the
what
way.
goes on the show. So please be aware of the fact that it appears we may have lost another member of the cast on the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. Now, look, Tylene, I don't know how you feel about it, but I can't really tell if he actually passed or not. It looks like they made it seem like he did, but they also went back to his face and it looked like he was kind of still breathing a little bit. Do you think that the jury is out on him passing away, Ty, or do you think that maybe he is completely gone and they just were dragging it out?
I think the jury's still out. I think it's way too early. I think it's way too early to kill off the dude. Like, I mean, but he hit that wall pretty hard.
But his skull
early.
His skull went bop bop.
Yeah,
You done heard the cracking of the body. I work at a chiropractor, bro. He heard his neck break. I work at a chiropractor. It was like, and then he was like,
and then his skull bounced off.
Yeah, like, thank you. Like, remember, he ain't got no stripper juice in him. He wanted it. He didn't get it.
Did you say stripper juice?
Hey,
Super
listen,
juice.
we saw Rhodey hit the damn hit the pavement.
Yes,
we saw him hit the pavement where most people out of the air, where most people would be dead, and somehow, some way later, we find out Rhodey's not dead, and in fact, he's just gonna get a new suit. And
that is a good point.
No, even that one guy in the earlier scenes, y'all remember the one guy Torres when they body slammed him on the concrete and then punched his face? I was like, his back broke. His back is broken, like he's done. And you see him on the phone, like, yeah, man, I would have never. Wait, how are you okay? Like, I heard the crack.
I'm just saying, while we're talking about ass whoopings, did anybody like rewind and fast forward as many times as I did when Zemo got knocked the fuck out with the shield? Though that shit was great. You didn't see that?
Zemo got knocked out with the shield.
He took the shield right upside the head. Yeah, I mean, just like, yeah.
Tyler was like, oop.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that Zemo getting knocked upside the head was cool, but I honestly didn't think that paled in comparison, frankly, to when we finally were able to see the Wakandan warriors back in action. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This show, first of all, let's unpack the first couple minutes of the show and how Bucky was actually weeded out of his of the spell that he was under by Hydra, that basically made it so that he had to answer to Hydra's bidding after certain words was spit out. And I did not know, nor did anybody else know, that it was not only Wakanda that nursed him back to health, that gave him the vibranium arm, but that also undid the curse through what appeared to be some sort of Wakandan witchcraft. I don't know what that was, but now we know that not only was it Wakandan, but it was Ayo herself who was the one that helped nurture this out of it. Now, Tyrone, I know you and I was like hella excited about Ayo coming onto the show, but now we even know that they got history. So what do you think about the fact that it was her who actually got Winter Soldier to no longer be the Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I like that. I think what it did, it also kind of showed us, and they kind of alluded to the fact that they had been working on that for a while, and that was like, you know, here we go, we're going to attempt it. And she was like, I won't let you hurt anybody or whatever. But yeah, I mean, that it goes to show how good Marvel is at saying so much in such a short amount of time. Like, they give us so much history, so much backstory and color for their relationship. You know what I mean? And it was it was a strong start, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, seeing Bucky break down like he did, I was like, man, like, they're trying to get me started early.
Right.
Yeah, it was interesting. We see Zooman's getting everything back up in shape. So
man, my apologies, man. I bought this little Acer computer for like $75 over at the J&J Chicken. I thought the joint was gonna be fine. And it just be doing what it feel like. I had to go to the phone, John, man.
It's all good, man.
This the best part, though. This the best part. Hold on, this is what the black woman said, man. Hold on, you can't. I wrote it down. That's what the black woman said. Basically, it was about the jurisdiction of what you ain't got no jurisdiction here. And she hit him with we have jurisdiction wherever we will find ourselves to be.
Yeah,
that's the post. If you go to the Facebook, on the Facebook post, that's actually what the caption is for this morning's post. The Dormy Lodge has jurisdiction wherever the Dormy Lodge will find themselves to be. And we found that out.
Translation: Get these hands.
Yeah, and they did too. Yeah, they kicked
the fuck up.
These hands, white boy.
Get these hands.
Yo, look.
Can we just recognize how hilarious Bucky was the whole time that John Walker was getting his ass kicked with the puns? He had them shit. They were great. Like, let me just applaud Sebastian Stan because his fucking puns were awesome this episode. I was dying laughing. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Marvel is not no bullshit when it comes to humor, but I loved the fact, like, basically, John Walker is basically George Zimmerman at this point, and he's going around playing this whole this global neighborhood watch campaign, and the Wakandans came in and was like, no, no, we got this, homeboy, and he was like, remember the line? This is when I knew he had fucked up, Ty, this one I knew he had fucked up. He's like, all right, let's put the pointy sticks away.
Right?
The what?
Pointy sticks.
That may as well be Beskar. You know what I'm saying? Like, these ain't no punk ass motherfuckers. These is like the Dora Milaje that took down Killmonger himself. Don't you ever respect these. Yo, this is like a whole army full of Grace Joneses right here that's ready to go down at any point. Now, Ty, I know you was as excited as I was when you seen this come on, bro. I'm waiting to hear what you got to say.
Hey,
bad Ty.
Hey, yo, look, I'm gonna say this, man. I got mad respect for what Marvel's doing because what I saw is there is a particular reverence that the Dora Milaje get from everybody. That's like real. if you heard what Sam said, he said, yo, you would rather tussle with Bucky than right there. And it's not just that. It's also, did you not notice the level of humbleness that Bucky had in front of Ayo?
That's real.
When he was explaining to her why he needed Zemo. He was like, look, he was like, listen, I really appreciate what you and Shuri did for me. And he got like, you talk about humble and to see that Marvel specifically wanted to show you the strength of these women by her throwing the spear and you seeing him struggling. He can't get it out the table, but she come over there and just yank it out the table and then flip his shield like, yo, and just demasculated them. Like he was like, they're not even super soldiers.
My nigga, she
black women.
Broke that man.
Zooman, nigga, she unplugged his arm.
Bruh. Hey, how she just gonna pull up with the cheat code? She done hit him with the LL. She done hit him with the L2XY. Double tap the B on his. It was the arm don't work.
Yeah, all the combos. All of the combos.
Did you see his face? He was just like.
You know she could do that? No.
Yeah, Sam was like, did you know she could do that? No.
Wait. He didn't know she could do it, but he wasn't too shocked.
Yeah, right. He was like,
you got me.
Damn, y'all probably did put a little low jack in the shit. Damn, I ain't think of that. Y'all probably did.
Yo, I mean, look at that, bro. They basically put an encrypted, like she said, like a cheat code. It's almost like Ayo had a game genie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Had the Game Pro walkthrough for the Bucky. You know, it just like, yo, I know how to defeat this boss. Boop, 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 boop. You know what I'm saying? Up, down, left, right. Now I'm fighting Mike Tyson. Bam, and there it is. Patrice, it was so easy. Like, because he was like, she was like, what are you doing?
You're not going to use that against me? Our technology, you tried it.
Man, hey, can I say something about black women in superhero positions?
Please.
Just black women in survivalist positions. I'm kind of happy that, across the board, black women, they're showing black women's ingenuity and also ahead of the curve thinking for shit.
Yes.
I'm gonna take it just a sidestep over to my favorite character on Walking Dead is, of course, this black woman. You know why? Because she picked a weapon she ain't got to reload.
Yeah. Hello.
Smart.
And she the only one who figured out if I cut off their bottom jaw and their arms,
I can use them as pets.
eventually, bro, they gave up. They was just like, yo, bro, give up. We ain't gonna eat today. It's just I love how they're showing how these black women should be respected. Like we got to make them do it in real life, though.
Yeah.
Word. That's so real. Like you got to make sure that. But you know, sometimes theater and cinematic movies end up influencing culture, right?
Facts.
One of the reasons we have cell phones is because of Captain Kirk, right? And I mean, so many things are developed based off of cinematic developments. And I don't know, maybe this is one of those things where Marvel is leading. I mean, you used to look at a bald black woman and think, well, where is her hair? And now you're like, oh, I ain't fucking with that hoe.
I want to Monica Rambo on you.
Yeah.
Right. Monica. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on my boo.
I want to say this. You looking at them like with the aggressive, but they beautiful. That's another thing. Like I was looking like, it's beautiful.
Right.
Like, straight up beautiful. Like, just like if you look at her when she finally stops, which is very, like, you got to catch it in between because she always snarling. Yep. So it's like, as soon as she stops snarling for just like a half a snarl, you see the sexiness behind all that snarl. You like,
she's like a Nubian goddess, just like hiding.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and just to touch on that, this is a new type of strength that's not often shown on screen for black women. A lot of black women's strength is like through pain and through tragedy and this kind of stuff. But these women are strong because they're just strong. Like they train. They earn the respect, they earn the title that they have, and they just walk around like we know nobody's kicking our ass. Like if we're gonna give you a chance to leave this room, but if not, you're just gonna get it.
Can we get them? Can we get them over there to go against Wonder Woman and them right quick? Bust them down.
Oh, you want to see the Wakandans? Yo, you know what? Me and Ty was talking about that at one point in time about how the Amazons, as they're portrayed on the screen, aren't anything like the real live Amazons.
Come on.
They whitewashed Amazonian history, but it really don't see the Wakandans against it. What's up, Zoo?
They got two black women in there. The one that you see turn around by the box like, and another one maybe riding a horse, but they don't really let sisters in the Amazon. They done gentrified.
Yeah.
That's all Wonder Woman is, gentrifying the Amazon. How all y'all white women get there?
I love it.
Hey, but you want to know something else that I see?
Wait a minute.
Israeli.
Gal Gadot ain't even right.
Yeah, she's
Israeli.
Yeah. She's not Spanish. She's Israeli. Yaz just wanted to be Puerto Rican so that she could put her on her wall next to the big fork and spoon in the kitchen. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? So no big deal. But yeah, man, Wonder Woman I don't think that the fact of the matter is, one thing that was the coolest thing I think that was said, one of the coolest things that was said in this episode was they don't even have super strength.
Super soldiers.
They don't even have super strength. To touch on that, Vince, can we just talk about how, like, through almost all of that episode, John Walker did he not seem like desperate and just like completely like whitewashed?
Yeah.
Until he found that super serum, and then like at the end, this motherfucker was like, "I'm Captain America," kicking fucking dudes to fucking buildings and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that shit was crazy. I was like, what the hell? Like I don't know. I think we're gonna find out that our new Captain America, as we saw in the ending, he is not anything like Steve Rogers. He's a bad guy.
Yeah,
that was from.
I think he just got fired. I think he just got fired.
This Captain America is Georgia Republicans.
Yeah.
And the black women of Georgia beat him down.
Yes.
Right?
That part.
And then he got mad and they started throwing all these voter laws now, like beating everybody up after he got mopped.
Zoo's making a good point though, because I remember in that first episode, I was like, this dude's basically a cop. Like this new Captain America, he's a cop. But he had Zemo assume the position. He had handcuffs on the man and everything. And then what happened at the end of that episode? He was out there killing folks he shouldn't have been killing. Everybody caught it on camera. Now everybody's got to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like they're not doing this on accident. They are not doing this on accident.
I've always said you cannot trust a cap with no lips. This has been made clear from the very beginning. So I just wanted to be known that I said it here first. And the fact of the matter is, I told you, I think he's Captain Zimmerman. I think that he'd be trolling. He would have been the one that he basically would have started the Black Lives Matter movement. Here he is out here with his shield, which he basically uses like a gun. And I guarantee you, when he's in court, he tries to blame it on the victim and say, well, he had drugs in his system. And he beat up his girlfriend last year. And everything other than the act that he actually committed, which actually killed the motherfucker. Now, Patrice, I know you ain't happy about this whole Cap pretending to be Darren Chauvin, fuck boy ass motherfucker right here who just decide he gonna go ahead and kill whoever the fuck it is. What's your thoughts, Patrice?
I was just like, he giving me real Homelander vibes right now.
Yes.
He allowed him to have the shield. Like, who thought this was a good idea?
Right.
I really just am ready for, I was ready for Black Captain America. So let's go ahead and just put him in jail and move right along. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy.
Oh, you think that he's going to get acquitted by a jury of his peers? I don't think so. He still got the red, white, and the flu on right now. So I don't know. I don't know.
I think he's going to do it. He's going to mess up like one more good time and they're going to be like, all right, just dead this. We're going to have to just pretend this never happened, sleep it under the rug, disappear him.
He's going to be the next Isaiah. They're just going to like it never happened kind of shit.
Yeah, we're going to fake his death. We're going to fake his death. Y'all, oh my God, we lost him.
Right. We got in battle. It was epic.
Exactly, pick up the mantle.
They
ain't got to fake his death. He going to be a senator in Wichita. They ain't going to kill him. Nice little job.
Tyrone, I think that
that's almost worse than death.
I think what we low-key haven't spoken about is that I think we may have low-key just witnessed the origin story of U.S. Agent himself. Because we know that U.S. Agent in the comics is basically Captain America with a bad streak. And now, because he's been whining and complaining with his AWM syndrome, angry white man syndrome, man, because he cannot use the freaking serum. But at the end of the episode, look what he finds. A little bit of serum. So now you remember at the very end of the episode, he started to exert his new powers and all of that. Because unfortunately our boy Baron wasn't able to get rid of the serum in time. So we actually are now left with him putting the serum in. And here's what I want to say. And this might be, I don't know if this is controversial. I don't know if this is going to seem wrong. But can we really blame him, Tyrone? Can we really blame the dude? He just got his whole ass whooped by women with no powers that don't even live there. You know what I'm saying? Like black women. I don't know what he's supposed to do. Like, what is he supposed to do when you're an angry white man and you got a little penis and they make a pill that'll make it so that it gets bigger? Don't you want to compete with everybody else in Magic City? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to keep a level playing field. Tyrone, am I wrong?
I think you're right. But and here's the thing. So like every chance that he gets to mess up, he does. And everybody's giving him so many opportunities to just do the right thing. Get out of the way, keep your mouth shut, don't touch people. But when you're somebody who's dealing with imposter syndrome, when you're somebody who's dealing with your own fragility and you don't think you should be in the position you should be in, except for the fact that I guess you're entitled to it or whatever, then you're going to do everything you can to constantly prove it, even if it means overstepping boundaries and getting your ass kicked. And the thing about his super soldier, exactly. And what did Lamar say about the super soldier serum? He said it just makes powerful people more who they are. So you're not going to become a good man just because you took super soldier syndrome. You're just going to become a powerful ass, fragile ass, imposter syndrome person just out there killing people on camera. So they killed this. They're dealing with this fragility and this entitlement the way it should be dealt with. And they're just like, look, if he just humbled himself for just a minute and just listen to people, listen to these black women when they're trying to tell you, just calm the hell down. Listen to Sam when he's trying to tell you, look, we're doing this, we got this. But he won't listen.
Or when he's trying to tell him, don't fuck with them, and he's like, let me put my hand on your shoulder.
What's up, Tyrone? I mean, Tyleen. My bad. All you guys look alike.
All I was gonna say is this: is like the shoes that he's filling, the pressure of that in itself for anybody, like, because Sam didn't want it because he knew the pressure it would be. And yes, the imposter syndrome is in effect, but I don't think what he does comes from a place of a bad place. It just comes from a place of, I have so much pressure to be Captain America, and this, like, I don't know, like, I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I just want to do something. Like, and I think that's what it always plays into these bad decision-making situations that he gets into, is because he literally wants to do well so bad. Right. And I think Lamar is the one person that understands that. And that's why when he saw Lamar die, I'm gonna be honest, that was a real reaction of anybody whose homeboy they hold close to them like that. And you just saw the people murder him. Anybody in their right mind is gonna react off of just impulse that way. So yes, we want to hate him. Yes, we want to talk about how he feels entitled. But like, for some reason, I'm the only one that like really sees the fact that it's the pressure. It's the pressure. Like that pressure is not so much that he feels entitled. I think the dude really wants bad to do good. Yeah. Patrice.
Yeah, for once, I'm gonna agree with Bad Ty and say that, he actually is making a valid point. When it comes to, the super serum, he even asked Lamar his thoughts on it. And when they talk about it, although we know that he has this hot streak, Lamar tries to impress upon him he's a good person. And they look at being a good person as the accolades and the fighting for the country and the patriotism. And they neglect the other things that make you a good man, which is having calmness, reason, wisdom. And I think it's one of those things where it really does have to do with how he views that role. For him, it was like, I can't be an effective Captain America if I don't have something to give me an edge, which is why I need the super serum, versus being like, I'm gonna be great regardless, Right. Things depended on.
That's a great point, man. And I think both of y'all are right. And Zooman, I don't know if you agree. But the fact of the matter is, I think that what they're trying to really paint in totality, and I think you're doing a really good job, is microcosms, right? Mm-hmm. What we have here is a series of microcosms. We have the Black experience, which is being portrayed through Falcon. Mm-hmm. We have the white experience, which is being portrayed, the white American experience, portrayed through the development of U.S. Agent, which really makes sense, especially if you take what Patrice just said. He thinks he's doing what's right. He thinks he's helping. He's taking the serum because he needs to be able to compete with these Black women that's kicking his ass. You know what I'm saying? So he can't be going around here and he's Captain America, the symbol of everything. He is all powerful. You know what I'm saying? No lip cap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now he can't do what he's obligated to do if he's getting his ass beat every which way. Now, don't forget, in the first episode when he was actually fighting, he got his ass whooped there too. Like, he ain't been getting his ass whooped all the time, man. What the fuck is he supposed to do, bro?
Bro, I'm getting real Higher Learning Remy vibes out his ass. He supposed to get his ass beat by Busta Rhymes and Ice Cube. That's what should have happened. Bucky and them, go get Cube in them. Bust his ass down. Let Busta Rhymes. That shit is what he needs. He real Remy like. Ain't that how Remy became a shooter?
It is. It actually is. Yeah.
He couldn't find his place.
You love her beautiful Black. Man, I can't remember all that, man. Oh, I'm sorry, my beautiful Black print.
And then listen, man, can I tell you something? Don't nothing pierce the white man all through history in the heart more than a Black woman better than his ass. Woo-wee. Man, he already think they got us in position. We already locked down. We know how to hold them men off. We got them. But when the Black women show up and be like, they be like, you get off me, you nigger woman. They hate that shit. They never get over it, because not only am I supposed to have dominion over your man, you're not even supposed to be this strong.
Right. That part.
You're supposed to have broken. I can break my woman in an instant. I look at her wrong, she runs. All right, I'm sorry. But
Right.
you black women just won't cut. Billie Holiday movie. They was mad because she just wouldn't stop singing the song, man. I'm singing the song. What?
Right.
So when black women say no to you, I'm a black man. I know how it feels. So I can imagine how, Michael Rappaport felt with the Shield.
And I just want to say, after listening to what Ty and after listening to what Patrice said, I just want to say officially, fuck John Walker and new Captain America.
Right.
He ain't shit. Okay. That's what I'm Ty right now. He ain't shit.
Yeah. We switch roles. Why does it sound like Tyrone just switched teams? Like he was team John Walker.
I just want to put a period on it and just make sure that everybody knew what was up. Yeah, I don't want. Yeah.
Well, Johnny Walker Red.
Yes. What I think is interesting is that we see an array of villains in Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? Like we don't have just like WandaVision where we're trying to figure out who's who, what's what. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Mandalorian where we like, okay, well, where, who is it? I don't know exactly who it is we're fighting. We have literally like 3 villains in the series that are easily identifiable. We just don't know how much their villainry really reaches. Like, for instance, we got Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo is the one who killed T'Chaka. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because of him that Black Panther is Chadwick Boseman, right? But now they're all buddy-buddy with old boy, like it's Lethal Weapon 3 with Danny Glover and freaking Mel Gibson with Joe Pesci. You know what I'm saying? Doing a little pow-pow thing running around town. At the same time, we also have Cap, No Lip Cap, who is starting to develop his villain age. But we also have an interesting villain in this young lady. All right. I don't know if y'all peeped this or not, but they're really bigging up Carly as another villain, but a villain that you almost agree with, right? And this is what Marvel does. Marvel puts you in this awkward position to where you're rooting for the villain in many instances, because they don't just make good and bad, because the world frankly ain't like that. It's complex. It's not all black and white. It's not all cut dry. It sometimes makes sense. And this young lady right here has a plight. Like, you heard what he said. Yes. It was like, well, this girl is giving people housing and she's giving them medicine. That's something real hard to, that's going to generate some followers. Yeah, I don't know if you see what they're doing, but how you feel? I know you are a big fan of Carly Morgenthau, the actor. What you think about what they're doing with her character?
I love what they're doing with her character. They're making her they're making her rebel, but in a way that, like you said, it makes sense. It's you can't like Sam said, he can't really argue with the fact that what she's doing is right or wrong. You know what I mean? Because it's not wrong, but it does have a lot of wrong things about it. You know what I'm saying? So I love where they're going with her. She's got a backbone to her and she's got morals, but at the same time she's okay with bending the rules a little bit to make sure that her point stands out. And I mean, I personally, I love the actress from Mandalorian. I'm sorry, from the Solo movies. But she really, like, here you really got to see more of her depth and her acting and stuff like that. And her creepy ass smile just gets me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I can't stop being intrigued by her. Like, their creepy ass smile is getting me.
Man.
That's real. Yes, good points, man. Good points. And she does give me low-key Black Pippi Longstocking vibes, but it's okay. I'll fuck with her. What's up, Ty?
Hey, yo, so I'm gonna say this. So to kind of like go back a little bit, Baron Zemo throughout the show has been giving us gems as far as like how he perceives the super soldier serum to affect people and their desires and everything, how they manifest, how that manifests through the serum. He made some really good points prior to them even going to see Carly. And he told, I think he was having a conversation with Sam, and he was saying like the super soldiers can't exist.
Right.
And he was like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, the serum causes you to want to like just, I guess, overachieve. Yeah. You know, and in your desire to overachieve, whatever your real deep down desire is manifests, and it's projected in a way that the world's not prepared for. And that's what he was saying as far as Carly and like now U.S. agent as well, because we see, you know, we saw it's like a drug. Yeah, it is a drug. You know, so the addiction then becomes how do I accomplish my goal, and whatever that goal may be. Carly's goal is to, you know, bring things back to how they were after the blip. So that's what she wants. She wants a world where everybody is cool with everybody, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Right. But the depths that she's willing to go now under the serum maybe aren't as, you know, they are way worse than, you know, how she would have proceeded without the serum. And that's what he's saying. Like the serum is changing people's, you know, way of thinking, I guess, in a way.
Patrice?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, she blew up the warehouse with people inside it. And it was like, and didn't blink an eye, like, we had to do it. Like, it's okay. Right. And the only thing that brought her a little consciousness back was when she was having the talk with Sam, and he was like making her really see. And she was like, well, no, you're making me think like, and she had to walk it back because she literally just was saying it was okay to kill people. But seeing the goodness in him made her feel morally bad about that. And so I think that it was a real reflection moment for her to be like, okay, how are we doing this? Because this is me getting away from Mama Danya and what I've grown up with. Like, this is not all me. But then it's like it sucks because the two forces are against her. You got Sam trying to show her the good in herself, and then you got you know, Homelander over here killing the homie. So now I gotta go out my way and really just, I can't be good. I gotta be just as bad as these people.
Tyrone,
I got a crazy prediction to make real quick, because I'm seeing a lot of parallels between Carly Morgenthau and Steve Rogers. And I think that I think what's going to happen, and it may not be permanent, but I think at some point we're going to see her handling that shield, and for a little bit of like an actual moment, because she's fighting for what she believes in, and she's willing to sacrifice herself for it. Unlike John Walker, who's just kind of like going around punching folks. In the Winter Soldier movie, Steve Rogers, they were talking about stuff that they did, stuff that they had to do during war that they're not proud of. And Steve Rogers talked about, yes, but he did that for freedom, and, you know, disagreed with the way that the country was going afterwards. That's what Carly Morgenthau is doing. Not only that, but Captain America in the Winter Soldier movie got gut shot by Bucky while he was trying to save the world. Carly Morgenthau got gut shot by Zemo. So, you know, these parallels are not by accident. We know Marvel doesn't do stuff by accident. Right. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised to see Carly Morgenthau kind of in a moment of heroism actually wield that shield and do it better than John Walker could ever do.
Wow. That is a prediction that I have to say makes zero sense. There's no way. Zooman, what's going on, man?
Well, if we're in the 0 cents era, or you just call my name out, coming to the stage, what I'm about to tell you, this is what I think Carly gonna do. I think what we're gonna find out is that Dave Thomas is her father, and he made, and that they've been putting the serum in the baconators, and she gonna have this baconator shield with like sharp ass bacon edges. And the difference, her shit cuts heads off. She gonna start with McDonald's, work her way around, everybody getting some. Burger King getting it. Sick of them. 5 Guys, she gonna get all 5 of them guys. Cookout, tearing them down. She's sick of Cookout. Waffle House getting blowed down. She gotta live.
She might have a fight on her hands with Waffle House, though. Waffle House is not going down easy. They don't play in there. That's the Dora Milaje of the restaurant world.
Bro, that's a baconator shield. Cut the whole Waffle House in half.
Is Carly supposed to be like the modern day Wendy?
Yeah. Basically. Zooman saying that we have Morgan. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
I was just saying, Zooman was saying that Carly Morgenthau, we have to thank for the 4 for $4 menu at Wendy's, and
Look
for
what she
bringing
trying
back
to
the
do now.
spicy nuggets.
She trying to feed people now, ain't she? Help people
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Piggy bag.
And she out there vaccinating folks too. Yo, this is crazy,
bro.
Hey, yo, Vince.
What up,
Haven't
Tyler?
you seen though in this series that they're kind of like trying to dumb down the whole idea of the shield? Look how many people have touched the shield since Steve died. If I remember correctly, when Steve had the shield, it was only a couple people. We already got like 4 people that done touched the shield, like since the shield has been, out. Like even I don't know who that was with in the house, but she kicked the shield up and wore it on her arm like that shit belonged to her.
Yeah,
like the old girl was like, yo, she was like, yo, give it back to him.
It
She
is
was-
Wakanda
and
made.
she kind of a little bit was reluctant. You didn't
'Cause
see that? She was a little hesitant.
Yeah,
Like,
she was. She
yeah.
was
like,
like,
I like it. It feels good on my arm.
Well, that vibranium was stolen from
It's
Wakanda.
Wakandian made, so I'm not mad at
Yeah,
Hey,
that.
she got a shield like that at home. Fuck out of here when she was 8.
Well, I take a little bit of issue, Yaz, with what Tyleem says, and that's that they're dumbing down the notion of the shield because it hasn't been just any old fuck boy touching the shield. Like it's been like a real, and with that, too proud with your bullshit ass analysis. I don't think that they're dumbing down the shield notion, Tyrone. I think that this is direct from the comic book. Like there is literally a series in the comic book in which they were called the Replacements. Like they literally did do a whole series on this exactly, in which they did, have the shield kind of bouncing around like a baby in tax season. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole thing going on right now. But I don't think that the shield has yet to be given or put in the hands of somebody who is quote unquote unworthy or who is not necessarily strong enough to wield it. Because keep in mind, just because it's Wakandan doesn't mean that you can just wield it. Like you still have to Cap jumped out of a whole skyscraper and landed on the shield. I don't know if y'all saw, but I think it was Yaz that posted the meme that showed that Captain America, when he was fighting Thanos, had a whole open gash in his arm and used the shield to cover it up just so that he could finish fighting. So I mean, I don't think that they're dumbing it down, so to say, like Ty would say, but I do think that they are shopping it, right? Like they're shopping it around to see where it belongs right now as we play musical squares.
Hey man, did you just call the shield? Did you just call the shield Kim Kardashian? Now that's wrong. That's wrong.
Put some respect on his name, yo.
Well, I mean, Thor's got Millionaire and Cap's got Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I don't think Ty. I disagree with you in that they're dumbing it down. And Tyrone, I get the sense you may agree with me, or I don't know.
Well, I think they're making it a focal point because they Carly Morgenthau and her friend actually had a conversation about the shield itself and about the idea of Captain America, and they said that it was a symbol of a bygone era. An era where, kind of we just believe that we're the good guys. And because we're the good guys, we got this shit, like we can go and police the world. And that's not the case anymore. You know what I mean? Like we live in a different world, or, they live in a different world. And, we do too. But, they live in a world where that symbol doesn't necessarily mean good. Right. It means it's who's carrying it. So it's been the theme from the beginning. It's not about the shield itself. It's about who's carrying that shield. Right. Is what makes it like worthy of a symbol. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why we see it kind of changing hands a lot in this show. And they're trying to sitting there like covered in blood. You know what I mean? They're using the shield as a as a metaphor here and as a symbol. And I think that they're doing it brilliantly. So if anything, I think they're making the shield more of a less of just like a weapon, less of just a prop, and more of a here's a conversation we're having.
Right.
I just meant the fact that all I was saying when I said dumb it down is you don't see nobody, like a whole bunch of people you just walking around with Milner. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like in this series alone, we've already seen 4 hands touch the shield.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like actually, if you want to be technical, 5, because the little dude who what you call it gave it to he gave it to at the presentation. They hadn't touched the shield. So it's like it's my thing is that's why I said when I said dumb it down, the representation that the shield had with Steve, it was like that to me was like his pride and joy. Like I'm not gonna let everybody touch my baby. Right. You know what I'm saying? And nobody really has that, feeling about the shield right now. Like, dude takes it off and puts it down to fight Sam. Dude, you got the shield. Don't put it down. Hit him with the shield, dummy.
Well,
like,
if you go fight, let's make it an even fight.
Yeah, he did say that. He's like, let's go.
But that's the thing. Like,
I don't make it even because you think it's even.
But you're helping to make the point, though. You're helping to make the point. You're helping make the point because Captain America was Captain America without the shield. There were times where Steve Rogers put the shield down and whooped some ass. He did it with Batroc in Winter Soldier movie. You know what I mean? The same dude that was in the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. And when he was in Wakanda in Infinity War fighting, he didn't have his shield. He had like the Wakandan arm shields or whatever, but he was out there doing his thing, and he didn't. So I think that the understanding of the shield as a symbol in itself, but only really worthy of that title if the right person is carrying. I think that it just goes to further show that, because without Captain America behind it, it doesn't have the same value. Without Steve Rogers behind it, without somebody who has that kind of moral compass.
I agree. I think that's the whole point of them even doing that, is to showcase the identities of these people and get us thinking about who should be Captain America. What does Captain America even mean? Like, what does a shield mean? Because as you notice, you guys pointed out the people who actually touched the shield, and we start to go in our mind and think about their worthiness. Like, are they people who could be wielding this? Is it something that we want to be the next representation of Captain America and what this shield stands for? And then also different people, different meanings. When Dora Milaje take the shield back, I saw that as like a homecoming. Like, we made this. We made this. This one home with us. They're not worthy. Like, we can snatch it back. We give it power, we take it away. What you talking about? Hand it back.
So you guys also have to remember too the conversation between Carly and Sarah on the dock. Remember what Sarah said to Carly? Okay, she said that America don't care about me, so why should I care about America? And that's a very important statement for that shield, and that's why the shield has been passed around so much, because like you said, Ty, like Captain America was a symbol. He was a beacon of doing the right thing, of hope, of not just being a soldier. Remember what the old man said, you're a good man. I'm not giving you this because you're a soldier. I didn't give you this because you're a good soldier. I give this because you're a good man. You know what I'm saying? So all of those things you have to remember, like those are the qualities that we remember specifically about Captain America, that he was all about justice, no matter like, if it was wrong, like in Civil War, he was still always about justice for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like seeing this picture here with John Walker, and there's blood on the shield. Like Patrice said, that's very Homelander-y vibes. Like he's not worthy of that shield because he used it to kill people. He's not, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not using it for justice and to be a beacon of hope for people. You know what I'm saying? It's like the American flag. You know what I'm saying? Like he's using it in a way that, like, I don't know, like you said, like the serum, it changes people. It brings out the good in them, or it brings out, whoever they are. It enhances whoever they are. So John Walker already was, as we saw, a very desperate man, a very
fragile.
He to me, yes, fragile. He felt to me like, like when you have like daddy issues and you're trying to like win. That's what he felt like to me. Like, but in the and I was like, I even looked at Austin. I was like, what the fuck is up with this guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, he was all, Captain America, stand out of my fucking way. And then over here, he's looking like a little bitch. I was like, he got like he didn't shave in a week. What the fuck's going on? Like, you're trying to bro. Like, get your shit together. Like,
we're gonna have to add a little bitch of the week segment for that. So this is like, every week somebody's a little bitch, and I love it.
To me, that was just like he doesn't depict everything that Steve Rogers were. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that Captain America, the Steve Rogers way was, like he's the exact opposite. So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like John Walker is just like he's not worthy of that whatsoever.
Does the government own the shield?
Oh yeah, they do.
He's government.
It is government property.
So I'm saying from the top of the key, from first Captain America forward, the government always owned that shield?
No, hell no.
After the Sokovia
Accord. It was
Accord.
Stark's property, and he gave it to Captain America. If you guys remember, the dad Stark.
Howard Stark. Yeah.
Howard Stark. He gave it to Captain America back in the early 50s, like 1950s or whatever time it was when World War II went out. He gave it to him so that he could have that symbol for America and he could be protected.
So when does the government come in and go, that's our shit, right?
After Civil War.
Yeah, when Civil War came and the Soviet Accords happened and all these rules and laws happened because the Avengers were going apparently off the rails or whatever. Yeah, that's when the government took it over.
That's why
that answers everything. What we watching is a corporate shield.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yo, well, that makes so much sense. And again, I go back to this notion of Marvel using, even though it doesn't make sense because I'm sure that they filmed this before January 6th, but they're almost using this as a microcosm. You got folks that basically say Blue Lives Matter and Make America Great, but then they beat the police with American flags. You know what I'm saying? Then you have like this dude right here who's basically Captain America, but we see him with a bloody shield, which, let's be real, I'm sure Cap got some sort of blood on the shield at one point in time, but the difference is this was an innocent man. Well, we don't know if he was innocent per se, but he was a man begging for mercy. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, well, hey, it's going to be you today. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you get away with it. And he don't get no kind of time. And he gets let off the same way Eric Garner's killers got let off, the same way Freddie Gray, the same way Oscar Grant, Alton Sterling, Trayvon, Mike Brown. We could go down the line. And so this is, I think, a microcosm. But I just want to go back to something real quick. Zooman. Now, Tylene, Bad Ty, as we call him, seems to think or is launching this notion that the shield is, for lack of a better word, being overused, or is just kind of being tossed around, you know what I'm saying? Like, like the redheaded stepchild of Dave Thomas. But I think that what I find is that he may be confusing the shield with Millionaire from which is Thor's hammer, which you have to be worthy in order to even lift it. The shield and the hammer, not the same. And so I do think that the shield has symbolism, but not a prerequisite when it comes to being able to wield it. You know what I'm saying, Zooman?
Right. Now, can you paint it some other colors? You know what I mean? Can we upgrade the jump? Freak that shit out a little bit. Right now, it's kind of boring in the motherfucker. I like to throw some strobes on that bitch. You know what I mean? When it hit me to make contact, the shit light up like, you know what I mean? Call it shit.
And it glow in the dark.
It's not your sneakers, bro, when you're a little kid and you're stomping around.
Damn, fuck yeah, that's a colorful fight.
He's trying to make an LA Gear shield.
Come on, man. Babies is loving it. Look at the colors, baby. He's fucking them up.
Yo, Tyrone, he's trying to make the Captain America shield into some Heelys that some kids can skate around campus with.
Or take an LED strip and put it under there, and like you would on a '96 Honda Civic.
Passing this shit around like some Heelys, ain't they? Who gonna throw the shield next, nigga? Who gonna grab it next, nigga? Peter Parker gonna have it. Hey, I got a shield.
Yo, Spider-Man did grab it.
Hey, yo,
he sure did.
Tyrone, if we give Zooman if we give Zooman the shield, he gonna make it candy painted and he gonna put some rings on it. He's gonna have a system in the back.
I
want that star spinning.
Hey, you gonna hear this shit. You gonna hear this shit coming at you when I throw it. It's gonna be bam, 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 bam,
Come on,
yo,
come on, man.
Yo, Vinny, I got a prediction.
What up?
All right.
So I got a prediction. I since you keep showing this clip right here, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, Sam's gonna have the shield. I feel like next episode they're gonna have the shield. They're gonna take the shield from U.S. Agent. You probably right though. U.S. Agent probably is gonna get off. He's not gonna do no jail time, but he's not gonna have the shield no more. That's the end of him having the shield. Period. Like we will not see him wield the shield no more in the series. And I think this next episode is when the transition is going to either be, like you said in the beginning of the series, either it's going to be Bucky or Sam. I have no idea which one is going to actually wind up with the shield next, but one of those two are going to have the shield.
I don't know. I think that they're going to successfully, just like they do in real life, justify the killing. I think he keeps the shield, and I think that the rest of the series, not the whole entire series, but the next few episodes, encompasses Falcon and Winter Soldier taking on the new U.S. agent because he doesn't want to let go of the shield, because he knows not only does he now have the power of the serum, but he has the shield and the government backing him. So I don't think that they're going to take the shield away from him, bro. I think that they're going to appropriately label the dude that he killed as one of those that was responsible for killing all of the people in the building.
They're going to call him a terrorist and then justify him.
Yes, Patrice, please explain.
They're going to assassinate his character, talk about his childhood and his derangedness. They're going to make him like a full-grown terrorist, like he done hurt people, and then justify it. It was a means to an end. He was superhuman.
Yep. And not only that, look at the proof, bro. He came right off of a death. I mean, if Lamar Hoskins is actually dead, Talene, then they're gonna say he killed one of the United States military. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So this whole notion that he's gonna have to give it up because we don't like the way that we are as the crowd in the situational irony that we're watching is actually see how it's playing out. That's not necessarily because Patrice is appropriately labeled old boy Homelander. And remember in The Boys, Homelander was a hero to everybody but us that were viewers, because we saw behind the scenes that he was a whole asshole. So the same way we saw Homelander from behind the scenes, behind the curtain, is the same way that we see the U.S. agent right now. But in the same token, the United States still sees the red, white, and the blue, the stars and stripes. So I don't think he's going. I think that the conflict, Talene, in this series is going to be letting the world see the new Captain America that we see. Right? You know what I'm saying? Is that, am I making any sense? Because that's the conflict. Is he a villain, or is he just fighting for our goddamn American rights?
Well, Vinny, you use Homelander as an example, but the part that you left out was the reason that Homelander didn't get reprimanded is because the tape was never put out.
Yep.
Right. The tape was never put out. What you're failing to realize is there was over 100 people standing outside with cameras, and everybody recorded it.
That's true.
And so if you think for 1 minute, Captain America, or excuse me, the person we hired to be Captain America is going to kill a man, whether he was a terrorist or not, in front of 100 people with cameras, and he's still going to work as Captain America, then son, you are sadly mistaken. And we're gonna see real soon who's right out of that, me or you.
Are we all in agreement on this? Do we all
take a bet? What you guys think?
Maybe we should.
I bet you one of Yaz's shirts, Tyrone, Talene, that the cap. Well,
Tyler. You Tyrone, you everybody.
Like Vince has some parent, like, you know, when your parents call you everybody but your name.
Oh yeah,
what's your name?
Yeah.
What's your name? They're like, finally, they're like, you know who you are. You know you.
Yeah, right. You get over here, Patrice. You know who I'm talking to. Get over here.
Whatever. Yo, Zooman, what's up, bro?
I think what's gonna happen. I think somebody from in the Middle East gonna get hold of the serum. It's gonna be a Captain Pakistan. He gonna come out and start fucking shit up.
Hard, right?
I mean, I'm just thinking, who else could get it? You know, who else could get it in the wrong hands, right? Somebody else take this shit. And nigga, he was doing coals with hookahs yesterday. Now he busting your shit open right here on top of the Eiffel Tower. I told you, I'm Captain Pakistan. They don't want no trouble.
We're talking about ridiculous scenarios here. How about what if they take John Walker after he, you know, on his little rampage and shit, and they start doing some tests and shit on him like they did to Isaiah?
Oh,
to get the super serum out of his blood.
I was thinking about that.
He technically is the last super soldier.
Is he?
I mean, technically, we saw all the vials. I mean, Zemo smashed them shits. He had like a fucking, you know, little damn. I don't even know what the hell he was. He was smashing and smiling, and he looked like the dude from the Joker. You know, like Joaquin Walker. Like, he was getting it.
Joaquin Walker.
Joaquin Phoenix, my bad. But yeah, he was look at his face here. He's like, is this what I think it is? Yeah, smash that shit. Then he was like,
get it. Look at him.
Look at him. And then he got knocked the fuck out. It was great. But
that's the part you're talking about.
Technically, I knew too. And as soon as Walker came in, I was like, watch him find one fucking vial. Bam, he found the last fucking vial. So guys gotta think about it. If he and the power broker's pissed now too, because he knows that Carly, either she better give up his shit or she's gonna die. She's got no choice right now. So I honestly feel like either the power broker is gonna either somehow kidnap John Walker, or the government is gonna kidnap him so that they can get the fucking super serum, because he's the last one. Like, he's the last one that was incubated recently. So that shit's still fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still fresh to get taken out. So I think he's gonna end up like Isaiah, and he's gonna end up fucking just going crazy, and just like that's where the US agent guy is gonna really come out into play. That's what I think.
I'm still tripping off the Captain Pakistan shit too. It's hard for me to imagine.
Well, why just? I mean, only reason why my mind goes is because we're talking about America and the symbolism of a shield, and right now we're in the times where shield is a badge. It's another word for a badge.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about the rest of the world. You know, superhero universe is very America-centric. I'm like, ain't no powers really popping off no place else.
Well, I mean, these ladies will have something to say about that, I'm sure. And one thing that we did, I think, that Marvel did expose to us again in this episode is that, again, Marvel loves to give us villains that we can see their point of view and almost empathize with them, right?
Facts.
Like, I mean, some people would say, and just follow me on this real quick. Some people, not all, but some people would say that even in the Infinity Wars saga, that the whole notion that Thanos was the villain was not necessarily the case. Some people said maybe the dude was just trying to get his little thing accomplished. Some people would even say that as we're sitting here watching Killmonger fight against the Dora Milaje, as they called in the episode. Oh, it looks like, I hope he didn't get canceled. Look like we might have got canceled. But anyway, we'll keep going. The Dora Milaje, we'll just hope that with Killmonger, that Killmonger was making a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, look, what the fuck was y'all? There was a whole transatlantic slave trade. There was a whole civil rights movement. There was a whole Jim Crow. and y'all over here with all these weapons, all this tech, you know what I'm saying? And y'all could have, yo, what the fuck, you know? And so I think that
doesn't that show the difference in the psyche of I'll call them colonizers, but I would say conquerors, because we're not the Wakandans are not conquerors, they're innovators. Right. And that right there shows the difference in a way of thinking, all the way down to like the core representation of how the women are powerful, they're intelligent, they're ingenuitive, so like the way that the Wakandans are revered and projected in the Marvel universe, right? It is a breath of fresh air from Kevin Feige. It's a breath of fresh air from Marvel Studios to have this type of representation. Like, this is on that whole the way Gal Gadot and the so-called Amazons, get that reverence. It's the same over here on the Marvel side with the way the Wakandans get that reverence, man, because this is it says a lot, man. They could have been took over the world. Like, you could have, they could have conquered the world already, and they didn't. They just stayed out of it. They said, look, I'm gonna let y'all go over there and do all the fighting and bickering and all of that, while we over here living like kings, queens, princes, princesses, because that's what we about. Yeah. That's what we about. Good life.
We having an all vibranium party Saturday. Pull up. Come down by the waterfalls, yo. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah. Just make sure you drink this to strip all the powers away before we have you.
Because nobody come down here with their powers, yo. Don't you gotta strip. You gotta drink before you come in. We don't trust y'all. Y'all like to fight.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But one thing that I do kind of want to tap into here as we veer into another subject matter is that there is a series of folks that I believe we, as fans of comics or whatever you want to, whatever culture you want to put us in the box. I think that there's certain villains that we tend to be a little more either empathetic or sympathetic to their plight, even though we know they're still villains. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say, yeah, go ahead, kill that nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Do what you want to do. But I am saying, like, there are some villains that the producers or the writers go through an extra layer of care when it comes to writing their part with their character arc, so that we can actually feel like they're not necessarily as bad as some people would make them out to be. So we kind of we're in this period, like, we don't know who to really root for. I know I felt that way about Killmonger. Like, I was like, I don't see, the only thing he did wrong was kill his girlfriend. I was like, damn, did he have to kill his girl? Like, damn, shit, he didn't kill his girl. Like, I mean, she was right to die. So why she gotta die? But other than that, it was like, all right, well, stop killing people. And there was even a point where I, frankly, in the Black Panther movie, I was like, T'Challa, you're wrong, bro. Like, you're not seeing this the right way. Because keep in mind, when Killmonger was coming up, he was in LA, right? Like, he grew up during an era where he was seeing the LA riot, the LA riots of when Rodney King was beat. Yep. This dude witnessed all of that, and then he learns that he is royalty, and that there's a whole freaking country that's hidden by an invisible freaking barrier that has all the tech to free all the black people in the whole world. So, like, how do you not empathize with that as a black person, which is what made Black Panther so much of a better movie than a good chunk of the remainder of the other Marvel movies? Now, Tyrone, I know you're the optimist. I know you're the guy that normally brings us up to speed, but I mean, just tell me I'm wrong here. Like, don't we kind of have a little bit of sympathy for folks like Killmonger, and who are other villains that we may actually see their point of view and be like, you know what, man? I mean, he's the villain, and yeah, he's gonna go to jail or die. But I kind of see what he's saying, though.
Yeah, no, I think you hit on the head with Thanos. His idea and his ideals weren't off necessarily. Like he wanted harmony and balance, and he wanted everybody to have something. Now, like getting rid of half the universe, like okay, maybe your strategy's a little bit off. You know what I mean? So that's I don't know if I could get on board with that. Killmonger's absolute same. Just like you said, you know, he learned all this stuff. Not only that, but he ended up being in the CIA, so he got to see the darkest parts of America and the darkest parts of colonialism and how that works. So you know, he's looking at Wakanda like, damn, y'all keeping all the good stuff for yourself,
right?
And even in that movie, T'Challa said, "You're wrong." Like when he went to his the ancestral plane, he was like, "You were wrong."
Yeah, he did.
You know, we should have been helping out the entire time. So you know, without a doubt, I'm with you. I feel like the only villain who was just doing it for the hell of it was Loki. He was just like, I'm just hanging out. I just want to fuck some shit up. And
Loki had a like little rough like history, you know, finding out.
I mean, like, yeah, he was mad about about not knowing about being adopted or whatever. But I mean, you know, that's old shit. He's like, you just gotta live with that, Loki. You're hanging out in Asgard now. Go ahead and appreciate what you got.
But was he adopted? Because him and Hela look like they definitely related.
Thor is the only adopted one. That's like that meme said.
Right.
Yeah. What were you saying, Zooman?
Hey man, I'm kind of in a different space with Killmonger. I'm kind of mad. Who is Mama?
Yeah, we didn't really know who his mom was. But I'm pretty sure
he just got a daddy. That's it.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. They sent him out into the world. He up in Oakland, right?
Yep.
He done met one of these little white girl students over there. He don't want nobody to know. He can't go back and tell them, I got this little shorty cross town. She 5. He can't bring that up. So because they don't mention the mama. How is there a whole little boy with no mama or no mention of no mama? He don't mention his mama. He just mad at them.
That's a good point.
I'd be mad at my father because where my mama, nigga? And then you just turned up listen while I go play basketball.
Yeah, wow. Real quick, that's a great point, Zooman. I know Patrice is here for a limited time. Oh, I know Patrice is here for a limited time. As usual, you know what I'm saying? Because she's too good to hang out for the whole show.
I stayed the whole time the last time.
That is true. The last time.
Like,
all right,
I get one.
3 out of 4 times. We're cool. But I just wanted to give you a safe out if you did have to go. Just let me know if it is time for you to exit stage right or not. But I am curious about your opinion. Who the fuck is Killmonger Mama? Was he made in a lab? You know, is Killmonger a test tube, baby? What's going on right now?
Maybe he died when he was born. I don't know.
We got a whole mama they ain't say nothing about.
That's some Disney Channel shit right there, though. No lie. Got no mom. His dad died. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a fucking orphan. That's some Disney Channel shit. Like, what the fuck is up with Disney's writers and, like, you know, like being so fucking hurtful when it comes to family? Like, we ain't got no family-orientated shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all our parents gotta die.
Oh, I guess you didn't see The Incredibles. Huh?
I did, but I'm just saying, like, it's just that you gotta think about it. There's like 1, 2, maybe 5 at most movies that are family oriented. How many movies are there where the mom or the dad is missing or they died?
Oh,
countless, fucking countless. Like it goes way back. Okay, way back. Sleeping Beauty, for instance, like her mom died. That was like one of the damn classics. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
It's the same thing.
Taking children, you ain't got one parent, so you're gonna be fucked up.
Go ahead, Zoom in.
For Killmonger, you know what I'm saying? We talking about a person who got a real deep debt and a passion to go get some popping, and you have no mention of the mom and how that affects how he moves.
That's a good point. Well, I mean, if we're speaking technically, first
Did
of all,
Dad have a girlfriend? Was there any women around? Because he had a girlfriend, kind of fighting women, like he don't know.
He had a girlfriend in the movie. He had a girlfriend in the movie.
He killed her. He killed her.
She existed.
He was ready for the Wakanda women. He wasn't with the American women no more. He was like, I'm on some other shit. Bye.
I think.
Well,
like Greg over here dropping dimes.
He was mad at that. He was mad at Wakanda had better women. That's what he was mad at. You left.
You think he had Wakandan resentment?
He saw them Amber Rose women. He was like, damn.
I'm over here listening to Too Short and getting spit at and shot at. I couldn't over here kicking it with the doors.
That's real. Well, first of all, I don't think Yaz. Yes, I don't think you read the superhero handbook. You can't be a superhero if your parents are alive. So all parents must be unfortunately demised if you want to be a superhero. It's the Ben Parker rule.
You just said the Incredibles, all them kids are super. Let's go back. You just contradicted yourself, bro.
Oh, snap. She got you. You gotta remove yourself from the screen now, Vince. That's the rule. All right, now it's the Yaz show. It's the Yaz hour now. Welcome to the Yaz hour. Thank you for having us. Yeah,
hilarious.
Look at you, Yaz. You about incredible. They about to kill their parents. This we said that, man. This is just gonna be the death of mom and pop.
As long as listen,
yeah, my like, hold my beer.
Not the baby that kills the parents. I'll be okay. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't let you
make God daddy. So he coming in. They gonna go live with Frozone.
Where's
my
We finally gonna hear an angry Frozone. We gonna get an angry Samuel L. Jackson. These damn kids.
Why are all these motherfucking kids on this motherfucking brain?
Okay, so hold on. My mom had a good point too in the comments. She said Supermom had a mom and dad just because they weren't his biological. He still mom and dad.
That don't count. He was.
Martin, you are wrong. They died. Like that's literally why he exists.
His whole planet died.
Them away from his planet.
Listen, he was still raised by mom and dad in the farmhouse. They
parents don't count.
He was
adopted.
That don't count.
Yeah. Greg's talking about Walt Disney's mom got shot by a hunter, just like Bambi's mom, and that's where it all started.
Oh my god!
No, I'm kidding.
You're like, wow.
Damn, fake news.
You are corrupting Tyrone. Okay, that's all I'm corrupting him.
What you saying, Zooman?
I can't watch Bambi no more.
Oh man,
I have to go to a whole nother strip club now.
Oh wow.
Well, yo, man, I do think that that Killmonger is amongst some of the villains that we root for. Another villain I think that we low key. Well, you mentioned Loki, oddly enough, which is one of the ones that I had on my list, which Hello is going to be dropping in 2 months, and our faithful Blurred co-star, co-host, whatever we want to call him, Russo, as we see right here, is in Loki, and he will be coming back right after the release of that. But he's definitely one of those non-villain villains, or what we call nowadays a anti-hero, right? Where you're not like necessarily a villain, but you're also not a hero, right? But there are some villains that we rooted for. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I still think that this dude right here was amongst one of the best villains. And even though he was a terrorist, I was like, yo, get that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Handle that business. I wasn't even mad. You know, he just basically wanted a town to have a good villain. Like, how many villains that want to be a villain? He burnt his money. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga burnt a whole stack of money. Like, not no puss-ass little bitty stimulus check. This ain't no stimmy. It was a, look at the, like, he's burning all the money, bro. Yeah. Because he said Gotham needs
not even that, but like, Vince, he turned the guy that was the beacon of hope for the entire fucking city into the villain.
Wow, yes.
Like, can we just like applaud him? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, he completely destroyed his beacon of hope. Everything he fucking stood for, he was like, hey, I'm going to make you my bitch. Watch. And he did it. With the fucking nurse's outfit on.
Why he never came out with no chapstick? Yo, he did freak it he freaked it in the nurse's outfit. Now, one time that I think he was into that like that, I thought he just like, this is clean. I'm putting this on.
Oh man,
he killed it.
Chapstick.
He rocked that
chapstick.
Like, hi.
Say yes to the dress. Nah, man, I do agree that he made the villain out of Batman masterfully. But how do we feel about, like, I mean, the Joker in terms of him being one that we like, you know, and it's not just the Joker, who I frankly think that it's a little controversial how DC is doing the Jokers. But the main reason I think we love him is because he does have so many different ways making it so that we agree kind of with what he's doing, but still, even though we don't want people to die, we're like, yo, you know, you're making a lot of sense here. Even the one with your boy Joaquin Phoenix,
that was such a good
I thought
portrayal.
had a lot. And you definitely rooted for him. Like the DC movie where it focused on him, they showed him being bullied and all this other stuff, and you're kind of like, oh man, I feel bad for him. And you know, he has a laughing disorder or whatever you want to call it, and you know, he has an ailing family member. So there's this thing now where the villain is not the one that you don't root against. I don't know if this is a newfound phenomenon or not. Zooman. I can't think of any comics back in the day, you know, that really portrayed the villain as the protagonist in the movie. You know, is this a new thing, or you think that this is something that is been out all along? We just haven't really been paying attention to how it's been portrayed.
I think it's about how they choose the director and the actor doing it, where they choose to go. First time I saw something like that looked like word, they wilding. Well, the first Joker.
Yeah, I'm about to say in the Killing Joke, that Joker we rooted for him too, because he had like, you know, he was trying to feed his family and got swindled by the people, like, and that was in that one. So I would agree. I don't think it's something that's new. I think we're just kind of showcasing it more because we can relate more. I mean, think about the times, especially.
It's the layers and how they telling it. You know, they made. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, yes.
No, you got it, Mom. Go ahead, Mama.
I was gonna say also, you guys got to remember too, in this movie with Joaquin Phoenix, like you got to remember he was an abused infant that his mother, completely destroyed any kind of normalcy this child was born with, and because she had her own addictions and, you know, the same things that she was dealing with, that she let her boyfriend beat the shit, and she also did as well. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Remember, like he read the police report that he was abused by his mother, and that's why he has all these different kinds of problems with him now. And she raised him to be a happy, smiling boy, like nothing's wrong, everything's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? And then he finally realized that all of this shit that she's been telling him his whole fucking life was a lie. Hell yeah, your ass would snap too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that he's like a really good representation of what happens in America, which is why it was so easy to identify. Like, you got all these people who have traumas, right? We want you to work and make money like a regular person. We're going to bully the fuck out you. And when you try to get help, guess what? Help cut off. No more free help for you. Go ahead and just take these drugs, honey. And then you run out of drugs and it's like, well, fuck it. Anarchy. And it's honestly, that is our system. So it makes sense that we would relate to him, because he is like a lot of people out here who just going through the motions, trying to make ends meet, and life's happening to you.
Did we
slam dunk that shit, girl?
Tyrone?
Oh no, I mean, if I could throw a little something in there, I think that movie also taught us about the dangers of open mics. We want to make sure that I'm just kidding. I love you, comedy. I'm just messing around, but that thing broke him. That open mic broke him. Don't go up on stage if you're not ready.
Oh my God,
man! The way that
he needed a hype man.
What I was getting to is the way they've been giving us the Joker. If you go like back to the guy who played him on TV, he was. They literally went for the clown Joker, you know, all that extra stuff. You bring it on forward. You get Jack Nicholson, a strong actor who knows how to finesse the film. They ain't really dig into the guy's person. He's a great actor. He beast it out, right? You come on down, you get Heath Ledger. Now we dealing with psychological issues.
Yeah.
Because the previous Jack Napier fell into a vat and he went crazy. He was a gangster.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's true. You're right.
Facts. You feel me? He was a guy running the streets. He was a gangster. He wasn't human.
Right.
He caught a bad break. And that's also Jared Leto's Joker. You know, he's I'm in the streets. I got my girl is crazy too.
I don't think I acknowledged that one, but okay.
Yeah, we don't acknowledge Jared Leto as Joker.
That man.
I give Jared Leto a Joker only because the comics have given us so many Jokers.
No,
there's so many different Jokers. He's a I don't know, the way he played him. I felt like what you're up against. Look who came before you. How you gonna play this Joker different?
Right.
Because you got Heath. You can still got Heath Ledger in front of
But
you.
Joaquin came along and did something so phenomenal. So why couldn't you? Why did you drop the bar? Like we passed the baton.
Let me tell you, I'm about to tell you why you leaving something out. The director. That's not the direction they gave. This Joker with Joaquin, they gave us an actual city, a real city, not no Gothamed out looking weird darknesses and that's the Bronx. He coming down them steps, real steps in the Bronx. Yeah. And so you see a real person with a real job, people clocking in to work, real stuff, real. Where are the gadgets? Where's the action? Where's the special effects? This is like Jerry Lewis's Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Oh,
he had to play all of that transformation. He had to play all that to people. He had to play it.
Thank you. That's real. I mean,
and he had to do it with makeup. You know, like
Zooman has been straight facts, man. I mean, I never really thought about that, to be honest. I never really seriously considered the different origin stories from the different comics. Killing Joke and Joaquin Phoenix's character being more of a victim of, we could say, childhood trauma, right? Yeah. And of bullying growing up, and that ultimately makes him into the Joker, as opposed to the Axis chemicals, the Jack Napier, the Batman with Michael Keaton, who is slated to be returning to the DC universe, we've heard. But yeah, there's a huge difference there. Like, here's a guy who is a homegrown organic terrorist and his makeup on, as opposed to somebody who fell into some green chemicals and came out as the Joker, and then ultimately did end up having his sidekick in what's her name, Harley Quinn. So it's an interesting dynamic, man. But in both characters, for some strange reason, we still end up liking the Joker. Now, my question to y'all is: does this guy get that same respect? Does this guy get that same thing? He had that same element. You know what I'm saying? He had that, you as the people, I give you now your city back. I don't know if Bane really got the respect he deserves. Now, I was a Bane fan. Like, I have the comic with Bane standing over Batman, with Batman laying down like this, and Bane knocking the shit out of him, throwing him off of the building, breaking his back, leaving Dick Grayson to be the next Batman, and trying to save Batman's life. Bane himself, the only one to really cause that much damage to Batman in the comics, at least at that point. And now he has his own movie where he's basically giving power back to the people, but low-key does have that villain-esque feel about him. I didn't feel the same way about him that I did Joker. I don't know why that is, Ty Bricks. What is it about Bane that doesn't give me the same level of respect I give to the Joker?
It's the voice.
Is it me? The voice.
I was born in the darkness.
Ty Bricks, what you think about Bane? Is he on Joker level of respect for the anti-hero ship?
To be honest, I didn't follow Bane that much, but if just to be clear, I don't know that he does or he doesn't. I think in the movie, when I saw Bane, I thought it was a good representation of him.
For sure.
I thought that it definitely opened the door for possibilities. I think with Joker and Batman have such a long history. that, yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Gregory with the rose.
Burlington Coat Factory 3-piece closeouts.
The coat
when they still so
cold. I rock that coat though. That coat fine.
I'm gonna tell you, it kept him warm as fuck.
It looks very.
That junk was worth it.
All, it's cold in New York City. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah, Tali, what was you finished saying what you were saying?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know. Bane, I don't think he really got the respect he deserved in the the movie itself depicted him
100%.
decent, but I think that he didn't really get the same good depiction. But then again, for some reason in the comics, he's a bigger figure than he is in the movies. Because if you recall the Batman Forever movie, he was like a minion for Poison Ivy. It was
So
like,
that,
I think
that was another thing too that I was like wondering about too, was like when they made that movie, was like, where was Poison Ivy? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this his pre-date before? You know what I'm saying? Like, and how did he go from being a fucking boss to being a henchman? You know what I'm saying? Like, to being the bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? So that was another thing too. Like, I think DC could definitely like capitalize on, you know what I'm saying? Because we know that from watching Batman Forever. You know what I'm saying? We know that history, that Bane and Poison Ivy, they were a thing. You know what I'm saying? She was his boss queen, and he was her henchman that fucking fucked everything up. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see how that transition even came about. You know what I'm saying? Like how they even met. You know what I mean?
Well, they did like the whole Ra's al Ghul backstory with the one film, so it was like him in that one place. But what I would say that's probably adding to why he doesn't get the respect is because his storyline is so all over the place. And then when we're introduced to him, the first thing he does is some heinous ass shit. So we like, you're a bad man, and so we automatically just put him in that box, and then it doesn't really become apparent what he's fighting for until way later on. And then we see him as like the anarchist, the person who's trying to give back to the people in some kind of way, even though it's roundabout. And then you start to walk it back and be like, okay, maybe Bane ain't all bad.
Right.
So that's part of the setup for his backstory really kind of played into why he don't get the respect, in my opinion.
Well, let's not forget, one of the reasons why we're talking about this is because we know that dark characters or characters that are cast in a dark light, we have some sort of adoration for him, and the one who really brought that to light this episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier was none other than Carly Morgenthau, who we still don't know whether or not she's going to end up with the Shield, if she's actually the Power Bro. I mean,
she's going to be like Killmonger in like a way. I think.
Yeah.
But what I will say, I asked my kids this. So fun fact, my students, I had them do a flip grid where they had to talk about if they were a superhero villain, what would they be and why. And a lot of them chose villain because they felt like villains get to be free to be their true selves. Like they can be, they can be good, they can be bad, but they don't have no one to hold them on a pedestal. Like they could just live their lives the way they want. So
that sounds like the culture. That sounds like the kids in this culture.
How long before they graduate?
I don't want
how long before they graduate?
They graduate. My kids are gonna be seniors next year, this upcoming school year. So they got like
okay. So we got 1 year before shit gets real. Yeah.
And then they were like, I was robbing a bank. Yeah, they were kind of violent. But
all right.
Yeah, you got probably great answers. I asked that question on stage to audiences. I talk about superheroes on stage. My name is Zooman, so they'd be like, where did Zooman come from? I like superhero stuff. So I always ask people, what would I say if somebody was giving out superpowers, what would your power be? And it's just to try to bring people who ain't in the comics into the understanding of responsibility of powers, and how even if you got some haters somewhere who instantly will want to counteract your shit. So most people pick the same stuff. Most people say, I want to be able to fly. I say, bet, you got it. Now you know how to fly. Do you know somebody somewhere will get a power to learn how to snatch shit out the sky?
Wow.
That's how the superhero world works.
For
every superhero power, there's somebody who got the opposite, counteract of your shit.
That's true.
Yeah. Well,
that's very true.
I mean, speaking of villains, and I'm interested to see some of the some footage of people's answers when you ask them like what it is that they would choose as a superpower, because we get all kind of crazy answers. On this show, one of our friends said that he would like as a superpower to be able to cuss at his mom the same way Yaz does.
That's my arsenal. I wish I could. When I tell you my heart leapt out my chest, I heard you saying that. I was like, oh my God. I hope my mom didn't hear that, because I just like, I'm gonna get the residuals.
We all did.
Yeah, like, yo, that bitch.
Yaz is a superhero.
Listen, okay, my mom and I are on a level of respect with each other that we are friends. Okay, so
oh my God,
we can converse with each other and not be so hostile and like she's trying to kill me or shove soap down my mouth anymore.
I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to be just like you, Yaz. I want to be like you.
You gotta have a Spanish mom. Like that's all I gotta say. Like, you gotta have a Spanish mom.
I'm doing.
Hey Vince, I want to say one last thing about the whole Batman the Batman situation. DC is actually for once in a very good position. Now you know me. I'm constantly talking stuff about DC and how they need to get their act together.
Right.
But they are currently in a very good position because what they can do is they can have literally 2 Batmen, one old version and one young version in the Robert Pattinson character.
Yep.
And you can have the protagonist as the Joker with the old Batman, and you could have a Bane as the protagonist with the young Batman. So you could literally build a Bane storyline and an origin story for Bane through that universe, and also continue the celebrated Joker Batman confrontation in the older Zack Snyder universe.
You could.
Okay.
You could.
That'd
That
be kinda dope. Like a
seems like
multiverse
quite
type
the
shit.
mind fuck.
Steel cage match.
No, like it would be like, like a multiverse type shit. Like we obviously saw the Flash, you know what I'm saying, in the Zack Snyder film. We saw this nigga go back in time, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, that would be something definitely interesting that would help DC's ratings and the box office.
Well, depending on how that Robert Pattinson version comes out.
What's up,
Oh,
Zay?
Yeah.
I know.
I think they would be better.
Oh, go ahead, Mom.
Let's do.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Zooman. Sorry about that.
I was just wondering. I'm pretty sure y'all have already talked about the Zack Snyder cut.
Oh yeah, we
been out
check out
long.
last 2 weeks episodes, but we can talk about it here too.
Yeah, we dive in and drop some hate here and there.
There
I
was
just got one thing to say.
Tyrone hated it.
Hated it, really?
Yes, the guy who normally loves everything, Tyrone. He's like our sunshine and rainbow guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
what you hated about it?
I would.
What you hated?
Well, I would love to hear your thoughts on it because that's a fresh perspective we haven't heard yet, and then I'll jump in and I'll sound like an asshole and be that guy.
Funtiness. I just felt gypped. I had never felt gypped of a movie. I've seen director cuts and just they release a whole nother version and stuff. And I know how that goes. But damn, there was so much. It was so much. I was honestly like sitting here mad, going, I was cussing them out. Like I'm cussing to the screen. How the fuck they left all that out? And it was stuff that to me, okay, so when dude comes up out the water versus he just comes out the sky and lands on the Amazonians. In the first cut, he just comes out the sky, blam, lands on the Amazonians. Right. In this one, you see she's standing there having a moment. It puts some texture to the shit. She ain't just dipped. She's standing there watching the shit fall into the water, and then they flew up. Like that, that little piece. It was moments like that of things that weren't in the first one. I'm going, damn, that really made this whole thing like move better. Because it made me understand how choppy the shit was. I didn't know it was so choppy. I felt something that was choppy when I was watching it, like, okay, damn, now we're here.
Yeah.
the whole cyborg part. How you left all that shit out? He a whole fucking superhero. I'm dogging this nigga in the first one. I'm like, who is this robot nigga? Who is this? He whack as hell. Until I get to see his story for real. And I was just, I was grateful to have somebody fill in blanks that was
the power of the
they were in my head, but I let them slide. I was just like, oh, all right, good special effects. Keep it moving.
Yeah. And speaking of in our heads and how they miss stuff, we're about to miss Patrice because Patrice is heading out. Yeah, man, she's doing that thing where she dips out on us because we ain't important enough.
I stayed like a whole nother 30 minutes. Like
she did, and we appreciate you for that. But we want to big you up real quick. Make sure, y'all, we ain't. Oh, look, we gonna have us. Oh, you gonna miss a good sesh, Patrice. But it's all good. But make sure y'all tune in to the Spiritual AB podcast.
Oh my God, don't do my name like that. The Spiritual Lab podcast. Say it right.
That's what I said. I mean, obviously, that's what I said. But yeah, make sure y'all tune in. It is Thursday morning, right? At 5 a.m.
Wednesday mornings, 5 a.m. Anywhere you stream podcasts, Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud. We out here.
Why you guys up so early?
Because I want that's actually when people download like the most, surprisingly. So I wanted to drop as soon as people wake up. You can start your day with it. It's actually pretty chill. The music is a vibe in the background, so definitely check it out.
That's not when I start my day, but okay.
Listen, people like me, as I get up at 5:20 every day, so you know, I'm trying to help us out. The people who got to do that long little 35-mile commute every day. That's what I'm Yeah, I'm dying. I don't know why I work so far away from.
Well, real quick, Patrice, I know you got to go, but thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. We hope you'll come back soon.
Yeah,
all right, and make sure everybody tunes in on Wednesday mornings before you wake up to Patrice's.
So you know what? Here's the best part, though. If you subscribe, whenever you get up, you got the notification, so you ain't even gotta be up. Your phone gonna remind you. Check it out.
Look at that
part. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, we'll let Patrice go out with a bang. We know how much you love Winter Soldier. So go ahead and kiss Cap on the lips before you head up out of here.
Like that. First of all, I only got Anthony Mackie is the only man whose lips I'm about to kiss, okay?
Let me get all this 10P Wayne. All the niggas rapping about the same old thing. I've been coming through with the same old gang. Ain't shit changed except 9 got a name. Got it out the mud, but we got no stains. Cold ass blizzard with a gold ass chain. The girl call me daddy, not my government name. Money on my mind, got them bands on my brain. Let me tell y'all about a nigga I know. The nigga stay clean, so he always got home.